Hi, Dave McIntosh here. In our last video, we traveled around Bethlehem and visited the city of Jesus' birth. In this video, we are going to travel not far from Bethlehem to a few different places that I think you will really enjoy. The first place is Battir, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, just 6 kilometers from Bethlehem. And then we're going to travel on to a farm, the Tent of Nations, and then to another little community called Husan, and then on to the Herodion, built by Herod the Great. These are all unique places, and I think you'll really enjoy this tour. These places are all in the West Bank and have been populated for hundreds of years by Palestinians. So you will get to meet some of them and see how they live and get to know them a bit. So come on, let's go. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I introduced you briefly to Ishmael in my last video. He is the taxi driver that we connected with first when we wanted to go to Battir. We hopped in his car and he drove us approximately 6 kilometers over to Battir. When we went to pay, he said no, he would get his money after he took us back to Bethlehem. We argued a bit, but after arranging a time for him to come back and pick us up in Battir, we headed off to see what we could discover about this unique little town. We hardly had taken 2 steps when a lady greeted us and asked if she could ask us some questions. She told us she was trying to get a tourist information shop opened in the town, and so for the next 45 minutes she served us coffee and cookies, and we enjoyed talking and answering her questions and asking some of our own. Her name was Miriam, and just a delight to talk with. After that, we walked down the street and saw this fountain with fresh water coming into it from a natural water source that people have used for centuries to water their vegetables in their terrace gardens. We walked on down to where the gardens were and discovered another lady selling fruits and vegetables right next to a large pond that was being filled with water. In the summertime, the kids used this pond for swimming. From it, they had constructed small waterways along the sides of the paths so that the water could be diverted to each of the gardens around the terraces. So everyone had enough water for their gardens. They grow some amazing vegetables, with eggplants being their specialty. They are very hard-working people. After touring their gardens for a bit, we stopped at a small cafe near the pond and had our lunch. It was a quaint outdoor restaurant with some fantastic food. The portions were huge. After lunch, we toured the town some more and noticed they still did a lot of things in a very traditional way, but at the same time, they had all the amenities of this day and age. It was a very enjoyable day, and then we met up with Ishmael at the specified time, and he drove us home to our guest house, where we were happy to pay him. Next, we will travel to the Tent of Nations, a farm that the Nasser family has owned and operated for hundreds of years. And when you go there, you get to hear their story and their struggles as they have fought for their land the last number of years. They call their farm Tent of Nations, and this naming of the farm has seemed to help them a bit to stay on the farm, even though the Jewish authorities have made their access to the farm very difficult. You see, it is on a hill, and the Jewish settlers would love to have it to start a new settlement. To help them on the farm, both to do the work and to discourage the settlers from causing problems for them, the Nasser family invites help from the international community to come and stay and help them with the farm, and that is where the name Tent of Nations comes from. They farm olive trees and fruit trees as well as vegetables. Everyone that comes gets to hear the Nasser family story and their struggles, and then gets to help out on the farm. We were just there for a fairly short visit, so we got to hear the story and walk around and see the farm operation. The olive trees are a big part of the farm, and when the olive trees are ready for harvest, it requires a lot of work, as it is mostly done by hand. But throughout the seasons, there's still a lot of work because this is a very dry land, so everything needs to be watered and weeded and attended to. Again, a lot of this has to be done by hand. A few hours on the farm is not enough to take it all in. If you look up Tent of Nations, you too could volunteer and help out on the farm for a few days or a week or even longer. We visited another little town, not a lot different than Battir, and it's called Husan. And Ishmael is going to take us there. He is the one who told us about it, and we are pleased he did. It is a farming community with terraced gardens and a natural water source like Battir. We found ourselves at a pool, which in the summertime is a little oasis that helps them deal with the heat. But it is also the source of water they need to irrigate their fields and grow some amazing crops of vegetables. We walked around and saw the fields. Though we saw them in October at the end of the season, I can just imagine what they look like in the summer when they are all lush and green. The views across the valley were amazing, and watching the kids have fun on the hills was a delight. We didn't have much time here, so I wouldn't mind going back and having more time to explore. We also visited the Herodion, or Mountain of the Little Paradise. It was built by Herod the Great, and is a wonderful example of his amazing architecture and engineering, which is a fortified desert palace built by Herod the Great, only 5 kilometers south of Bethlehem. Ishmael again both suggested we go there and took us to it. The site stands atop an artificial, man-made, cone-shaped hill that dominates the surrounding landscape and can be seen from Jerusalem. At its summit, Herod's engineers built this fortified palace with walls, towers, a Roman-style bathhouse, banquet halls, and residential quarters. At the base of the hill was a lower palace complex, complete with gardens, courtyards, and a large pool fed by aqueducts from Solomon's Pool, which we will see in a few minutes. According to history, Herod was buried at this site following his death. The site is administered by the Israel Nature and Parks Authority. We will start at the top and look out over the surrounding countryside, which gave us some amazing views. We could look and then walk on down into the Grand Palace area. From there, we were able to go outside and down to the theater where Herod could be entertained. Then we continued on down through narrow passages and stairs to underground rooms. We then continued through tunnels to the outside, where we walked along a path past where Herod was buried and back to the parking lot. What an amazing place to take in. From the Herodion, we went to Solomon's Pools, which is where the Herodion got its water from, through aqueducts. Today, this place is also a part of the park system. It is where people go to have a picnic or swim in the summertime. We got there late, so we didn't have much time to enjoy it. It seems amazing to me that these pools are all man-made and huge, and one wonders how they had the engineering to construct them, as it was all done BC. I trust you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you again on my next video as we travel east to the Jordan River and the Dead Sea and Masada and to Jericho. So I hope to see you then, and in the meantime, stay safe and enjoy life.